This episode of Dungeons & Die Rolls is our first recorded play using the full rules for Star Wars Legion. The Imperial Army is being led by Darth Vader. He upgraded with Force Reflexes, Saber Throw, and Force Choke. There's a unit of Stormtroopers, including an extra trooper and the DLT-19 trooper. Another unit of Stormtroopers with an extra trooper and the HH-12, and a unit of Snow Troopers with an extra trooper and a Flame Trooper. There's a unit of speeder bikes equipped with the long-range comlink, and an AT-ST equipped with the mortar launcher, concussion grenade launcher, and the long-range comlink.
And for the Rebels, we have the AT-RTs, both with the rotary blaster and the long-range comlink. We have the T-47 airspeeder with the ground buzzer, a long-range comlink piloted by Wedge. We have Luke with Jedi Mind Trick. We have the Rebel troopers with an extra trooper, a Z6 trooper, and concussion grenades. We have another Rebel trooper set with a Rebel troop and a Z6 trooper with impact, and the third one with the Rebel trooper, Z6, and concussion grenades.
The Rebel Army has 2 fewer points than the Imperials and opts to be the red player. The initial setup for defining the battlefield is intercepting transmissions, disarray, and limited visibility. The blue player chooses to flip the battlefield card, making the active battlefield rapid reinforcements. In return, the red player chooses to flip the deployment card, leaving the active deployment as major offensive. The blue player passes, as does the red player after him, leaving the battlefield defined as intercepting transmissions, major offensive, and rapid reinforcements. In round 1, the Imperials play push and keep priority, and the Rebels play standing orders. The Imperials issue orders to their AT-ST and to Darth Vader. The Rebels issue an order to their airspeeder. The Imperials activate their AT-ST. It moves forward and targets the nearby AT-RT. Unfortunately, its attack roll produces no hits. It then uses its mortar launcher against the Rebel troopers. While this also produces no hits, it does give them a suppression token. Then the Rebels activate their airspeeder. It starts off with the compulsory move required by the speeder keyword. Then it takes an action to move forward again, getting it in range and at a good angle to attack the nearby stormtroopers. The airspeeder's blasters score 2 hits against the stormtroopers. On their defense roll, they only score 1 block and take a wound. The Imperials draw and activate their speeder bikes. This unit also starts with its compulsory move. Once placed, they spend their actions to aim and attack the airspeeder. The bike's attack roll scores 5 hits once the black die is knocked out of the tower. The aim is spent to reroll 1 white and red die, but the same hit is rolled. After cover, armor, and impact, that's 2 damage to the airspeeder. It misses on both of its defense dice and takes 2 wounds. The Rebels activate Luke, who takes a double move forward into cover near an objective token. The red stormtroopers stay in cover near the objective, taking the dodge and standby actions. The rebel troopers activate. They fail to rally and spend their single action moving into cover behind the nearby repulsor truck. The Imperials activate Vader, and he moves slowly twice up the battlefield. The rebels activate their yellow AT-RT. Its first action is spent moving forward into range. Then it attacks the AT-ST. Its rotary blaster scores an impressive 4 hits. However, thanks to armor, that does no damage to the AT-ST. The second unit of stormtroopers is activated. They take a small move to get into better cover. Then attack the nearby airspeeder. The stormtroopers roll 3 hits. Thanks to the DLT-19, that gets converted to 1 critical, which does a damage. Luckily, the airspeeder has defensive surges, which saves it from taking a wound. The second AT-RT is activated. It moves forward into range, and then attacks the purple stormtroopers. The RT rolls 4 hits, reduced by 1 by the stormtroopers' light cover. We made a mistake here in that the stormtroopers should have had a suppression token increasing their cover to 2. Regardless, they rolled 2 defense and took a wound. To start round 2, the Imperials play standing orders and the rebels play push and take priority. The rebels issue orders to the green AT-RT and their airspeeder, and the Imperials issue an order to the AT-ST. The first activation is the airspeeder. It takes its compulsory move, and then aims and opens fire on the speeder bikes dead ahead of it. The airspeeder rolls an impressive 5 damage, and chooses to re-roll only one of those dice, getting a full complement of 6 damage, reduced by 1 for the speeder's cover. The speeders, in turn, only roll 2 blocks, resulting in 3 wounds, which obliterates one of the bikes. The Imperials activate their AT-ST. It takes an action to aim, and then opens fire on its puny cousin, the AT-RT. The powerful cannons roll 4 hits, and the Imperial decides to re-roll the 2 white dice in hopes of dealing more damage before the AT-RT activates. However, the miss and regular hit don't improve the attack, and it deals 3 damage. The AT-RT only blocks 1 with its defense roll, and so it takes 2 wounds. The AT-ST's second attack is against the rebel troopers using its mortar launcher. It rolls 2 hits, and the critical hit penetrates their heavy cover to deal a damage. The troopers block the damage, but take 2 suppression from the attack. The rebels draw and have to activate those troopers. They roll to rally the suppression, but only manage to remove 1 token. They spend their action to move along the truck, positioning the troopers to stay in cover as well as possible. The Imperials activate the red stormtroopers. They choose to stay near the scoring objective and take the dodge and standby actions. The yellow AT-RT activates. It aims and opens fire on the AT-ST. It rolls 1 hit and 2 criticals thanks to its surge ability, then re-rolls the 2 blank dice for a miss and a hit, which results in 2 damage to the AT-ST. The walker rolls to defend and blocks both damage. The purple stormtroopers activate, taking the aim action and then attacking the nearby airspeeder. The stormtroopers roll 2 hits and use their ability to re-roll all 3 white dice for 3 more misses. Only Imperial stormtroopers are so precise. The airspeeder's cover negates the damage from the surge, and it rolls to block the other damage. The remaining AT-RT moves forward into range, and then attacks the speeder bike. It rolls the full 5 damage, one of which is removed by the speeder's cover. The speeder rolls to defend, and takes 2 wounds. The Imperials activate the speeder bike, while they still have one. It takes its compulsory move forward, aims, and returns fire at the AT-RT. It rolls 2 hits, and re-rolls the white die, although it should have re-rolled the red as well. With 3 hits, its impact causes 1 damage to the AT-RT. The AT-RT successfully blocks the damage and does not take any wounds. Luke activates and stays stationary by the objective. Vader activates and moves forward once. After some careful checking of distances, he takes a second move action to get within range of the objective token. At the end of round 2, the objectives score. Imperials get 2 points, and the Rebels get 1. For round 3, the Imperials play the command card Implacable, and the Rebels play Return of the Jedi. The Imperials now have priority and issue an order to Darth Vader. The Rebels then issue orders to Luke Skywalker, the green AT-RT, and their airspeeder. Lord Vader activates first. He uses Force Reflexes to claim a dodge token, takes the aim action, and then uses Saber Throw against the airspeeder. The attack gets 3 hits, one of which is eliminated by the speeder's cover, and then it takes the remaining 2 wounds. Vader takes a wound and puts his order token in the pool. The Rebel troopers activate, moving around the repulsor truck and opening fire on the remaining speeder bike. The troopers roll 4 hits with their attack and have to remove one for the speeder's cover. However, 3 damage is still enough to overwhelm the speeder's defenses, and the last bike is destroyed. The Imperials activate the AT-ST. It pivots slightly so that both the airspeeder and the troopers are in its front firing arc, and then it opens fire. Its mortar launcher rolls 1 hit against the troopers. While that damage is negated by their heavy cover, they do take 2 suppression. It then turns its cannons on the airspeeder and rolls 3 damage against the rebel craft. Wedge isn't able to evade any of it, and the airspeeder is destroyed. The green AT-RT activates, taking an aim action and then attacking Darth Vader. The RT rolls a hit and a critical, and re-rolls 2 of the blank results to get another critical hit. Vader only blocks 1 of those and takes a wound. The red stormtroopers activate and take a dodge and a standby action, staying near their objective. Luke follows suit, taking dodge and standby actions near his objective. The purple stormtroopers activate, taking an aim action and then opening fire on the green AT-RT. They roll 1 hit and 2 criticals, and re-roll the blank results. They get another hit, which, with their impact, results in 4 damage to the AT-RT. The RT completely misses its defense roll, and takes 4 wounds, surpassing its resilience. It rolls and takes a damaged result. The rebels draw a core token and deploy their yellow troopers near the objective token that the red stormtroopers have been guarding. The Imperials also draw a core token and deploy their snow troopers in a flanking position to Luke and the green troopers. The yellow AT-RT activates, taking an aim action and attacking Vader. The RT rolls 3 hits and re-rolls the 2 blank dice to get a full complement of 5 hits against Vader. He negates 1 with his dodge token and then rolls to block 2 more, taking 2 wounds. The Imperials then draw Vader for his second implacable activation, and he uses that action to throw his saber at the green AT-RT. The saber attack gets 2 hits, and Vader uses the aim token that he got in his first activation to re-roll the blank die for a full 3 damage. Increased by his impact and affected by Pierce, that's 3 wounds directly to the AT-RT, destroying it. The Rebels draw their last core token and deploy the white troopers to the board, defending their yellow AT-RT. Starting round 4, the Imperials play Assault and the Rebels play Ambush, taking priority. The Rebels issue an order to their green troopers, where the Imperials issue orders to Darth Vader, the purple stormtroopers, and their AT-ST. The green rebel troopers activate. They fail their rally roll and take their 1 action to attack the nearby snow troopers. Their barrage rolls 4 hits, and the snow troopers are only able to block half of those, taking 2 wounds and a suppression. The Imperials draw a core token and activate the wounded snow troopers. They make a rally roll, but fail to remove the suppression token. They make a single move forward and take their free attack against the green troopers. They roll 3 damage on their attack, one of which is negated by the cover that the rebel troopers get from their suppression token. The troopers block both damage and take only another suppression. The rebels activate their white troopers, who take an aim action and open fire on the snow troopers. The rebel attack rolls 4 damage, and they re-roll 2 of the blank results to get another hit. It looks like I forgot to apply the cover that they get from their suppression token, and they only rolled 2 blocks, taking 3 wounds. The AT-ST activates, aiming and attacking the yellow AT-RT. The cannons only get 1 hit at first, but the reroll adds 2 more. The AT-RT only blocks 1 of those, and takes 2 wounds, surpassing its resilience. Its resilience roll produces a disabled result. The AT-ST's second attack is with its mortar launcher against the green rebel troopers. It gets a critical hit, causing damage directly through their cover. However, thanks to their surge ability, they're spared from taking the wound and merely end up with 2 suppression tokens. The yellow AT-RT activates, taking an aim action and opening fire against Lord Vader. The rotary cannon deals 3 damage and re-rolls the 2 blank results to add a critical. Vader's defense roll produces no results, and he suffers 4 wounds, a crushing blow to the Galactic Empire. The red stormtroopers activate. They take an aim action and open fire against the nearby yellow troopers. Exhausting the rocket launcher to add it to the attack gets 4 hits. Re-rolling 3 blank dice gets them 1 more for a total of 5 damage. The rebels are able to block 3 of that, and they take 2 wounds and a suppression. The rebels then activate those yellow troopers. They fail their rally roll and spend their action attacking back at the red stormtroopers. They roll a devastating 6 hits, and the stormtroopers only manage to block 3 of them, suffering 3 wounds and a suppression. The Imperials then activate the purple stormtroopers, taking a double move into range of the objective token. Then Skywalker breaks with his holding pattern and makes a double move forward to challenge the stormtroopers for that same objective. At the end of the round, the red stormtrooper unit leader is chosen to be the new commander for the Imperial Army. Then the objectives tokens are scored. The Imperials score 1 with the red stormtroopers, making the score 3-1 Imperials. The command cards for round 5 are Ambush for the Imperials and Son of Skywalkers for the Rebels. The roll is made and Rebels lose priority to the Imperials. The Imperials issue an order to the AT-ST, and the Rebels issue one to Luke Skywalker. The AT-ST gets activated first. It takes an action to aim and fires its cannons at Luke Skywalker. The dice tower is nearly destroyed as the AT-ST rolls 4 hits. It re-rolls the 2 white dice, but to no improvement. Luke rolls excellently, blocking 3 of the damage, and takes only 1 wound and a suppression token. The AT-ST then uses its mortar launchers against the green troopers. It scores no hits, but gives them a suppression token. The rebels activate Luke next. He tries to rally, but fails and is suppressed for his turn. He spends his action attacking the stormtroopers near him. He rolls 2 hits. One gets discarded by their cover, but they still take 1 wound and a suppression token. Son of Skywalker gives Luke a second shot. The critical hit pierces the stormtroopers' enhanced cover, and they take another wound and suppression token. The red stormtroopers activate. They recover to reload their rocket launcher and attack the yellow troopers. They roll 3 hits, but the rebel troopers save against 2 of them, taking just 1 wound and a suppression token. The rebels activate those yellow troopers next. They successfully rally and remove the suppression token. Then they aim and fire at the red stormtroopers. All those dice rolled only result in 2 hits. 2 of the blank dice are re-rolled, but don't help the attack any. The stormtroopers roll their defense and successfully block both hits, taking only the suppression. The lone remaining snowtrooper activates. Failing his rally roll, he simply moves toward the green troopers and takes a potshot at them. A swing and a miss. The white rebel troopers activate. When they fail to rally, they open fire on the remaining snowtrooper. Rolling 3 hits against 1 trooper doesn't seem like good odds. But his suppression grants him cover against 1 of them, and he successfully blocks the other 2, taking yet another suppression. The purple stormtroopers activate. They successfully rally 1 suppression and attack Luke. They roll the maximum 3 hits, and Luke doesn't defend against any of it, although he should have eliminated 1 hit result due to his suppression token. The rebels activate the green troopers and successfully rally off 1 of their suppression tokens. They spend their action attacking the nearby snowtrooper. Once again, A result of 5 hits seems like poor odds against one lone trooper, and this time his luck is not good enough to hold out. He ends up taking wounds and is eliminated. The remaining AT-RT takes an aim action and attacks the AT-ST. Its cannon manages to roll 3 critical hits. Re-rolling the 2 blank dice adds nothing to the results. The AT-ST blocks 1 hit and takes 2 wounds. Going into the final round, the Imperials are forced to play standing orders, and the Rebels play My Ally is the Force, taking priority. The Rebels issue orders to Luke and to the White Troopers, both of which get dodge tokens eventually. The Imperials issue orders to the AT-ST. Luke activates and, in a heroic turn of events, successfully rallies. He takes 2 moves to charge against the stormtroopers who are challenging him for control of the objective. With all those dice, Luke barely rolls 2 hits, but with Pierce, that's good enough to eliminate the rest of the purple stormtrooper unit. The red stormtroopers recover and attack the yellow rebel troopers. They only roll 1 hit, but that's enough to deal a wound and a suppression to the target troopers. The yellow troopers activate and fail to rally. They move forward to contest the objective. The AT-ST activates, aims, and makes a final desperate attack against Luke. It only rolls 3 hits, and unfortunately, re-rolling 2 of the surges only produces blanks. Luke spends his dodge token to activate Deflect, and still rolls too many defense dice, although we don't notice. He ends up taking 1 wound and deflecting 1 into the AT-ST. With its last bit of strength, the AT-ST fires its concussion grenades at Luke, and misses completely. That seals the fate of the Imperial Army. The last AT-RT spends both actions to move. The white troopers activate and double move into range of the same objective token that Luke is protecting. And the green troopers move into range of the last objective token. At the end of the 6th round, the red stormtroopers and yellow rebel troopers deny each other control of one objective. Luke and the white troopers gain control of the second, and the green rebel troopers have control of the third, giving the rebel player 4 points. The final score is 5-3 to the rebels. The Rebel Alliance wins the day.